Okay, so today we're going to make rock crystals out of some sugar and water. Our driving question today is, how do crystals form? So for this activity, you're going to need 1.5 cups of white sugar, 1 cup of water, some wooden sticks or skewers. I just have chopsticks. A jar or multiple if you want to make more than like 4 sticks. Extra water and sugar for the preparations, wax paper, a small saucepan, a stove or other heating element, a spoon, and an adult to help you. Alright, so first you're going to wet each of your sticks with some water so that they have water on them, and get some sugar on the sticks. And then you are going to set them to dry on the wax paper. Then you're going to put the cup of water and 1/2 cup of sugar into the saucepan and stir it around until the sugar is dissolved. And then continue doing that, adding about 1/2 cup of sugar per stir time. And then by the end of it, you should have about 1.5 cups of sugar in the solution. And it's okay if there is some undissolved sugar. Then next, you will go over to the stove and ask the adult to help you heat up the sugar, and while stirring the entire time so that the sugar doesn't burn. And then once it boils, you can turn down the heat to a medium low and keep stirring until it looks clear. Then immediately turn off the heat and take the pan off of the heat. So after waiting for the pan to cool off and for the sugar solution to just be a little bit warm, you can pour it into the jar. I have my jar right over here. I'm using a bit of unconventional materials, but I also added food coloring, which you can do since it'll make the crystals whatever color you put in the jar. And once you have poured the sugar solution into the jar and put the sticks with the sugar into the jar, you will leave it for 1 to 7 days. 7 days should give your rock crystals enough time to grow to about this big. And once they're as big as you want them to be, take the sticks out of the solution and you can eat them or give them to a friend or family member. All right, and now on to the science. All right, so in this experiment, crystals were able to form because we used a solution that was super saturated with sugar, along with a starting point, which would be the sticks and the sugar coating for the crystals to grow from. We made the super saturated solution by first adding as much sugar as we could into a pan with unheated water, making a saturated solution. Then we heated the water, and that made it able to dissolve even more sugar, turning it into a super saturated solution. Try saying that 5 times fast. As the solution cooled and we added the sticks with sugar coating, the sugar molecules in the solution started to join with the sugar molecules on the sticks. As the water evaporates, it leaves only the sugar molecules behind, and that lets the crystals continue to grow. This is extremely similar to how crystals are formed through Earth's natural processes. Crystals form by a process called crystallization, which can begin from a vapor, a melt, or a solution, like in our experiment. First, the molecules of the mineral approach each other in a suitable orientation to form a stable submicroscopic aggregate, or just the beginnings of a crystal. This process is called nucleation. Then the crystal begins to grow, drawing in more molecules onto the surface of the crystal, and finally the crystal stops growing after it runs out of material to use, or it's dug up by a person. And that is the end.